We're at Steamboat and it snowed over 3 feet of snow the last couple of days, so you know we're gonna want to ride the trees. But for a lot of you guys, you might be scared to go in the trees. You've never really done it. You need some tips on how to ride trees, and that's what I'm gonna do in this video today. I'm gonna just take you guys through the trees and talk about my thought process and everything that's going on while we're riding trees. Now the first thing is you want to make sure you're in a zone or an area that has good tree riding. There are spots or things that you can get into that are just too tight. Trees can be too tight. You're not gonna have a good time riding them, but you also need to make sure that the fall line of the mountain doesn't lead you into like a gully or into like a flat spot or a dead area. So you gotta know where you're gonna be riding trees. Most resorts will have tree sections or areas that, like, you know, this is a run and you know you can go into these trees and no matter what, you're gonna pop onto a run. So we know we're in a good set of trees. That's the first thing you wanna do. So now you gotta look for your lines. Now, if you're new to tree riding, you honestly should just follow someone else's path. So I'm not gonna come in here and just try and do new things because I've never done it before. So I'm gonna just follow where other people have already turned. And I'm gonna go a nice slow speed at first. And I'm just kind of going around and bouncing around other people's paths and just playing in here. Now, when I ride trees, especially steeper trees that are kind of already blown out like these ones, my weight is a little more shifted forward over my front leg, and I'm kind of slamming my back foot into the moguls to control my speed, because we're in the trees. We don't want to be going crazy fast, because if you hit a tree, it's going to hurt. You're going to get wrecked. Also, wear a helmet while you're in the trees. We came on this trip and I left all my important helmet and goggles and all that type of stuff. So this is all spare gear. I don't have my helmet with me, which I wish I did. But we don't want to hit a tree. That's the worst case scenario. So I want to control my speed. So my weight is a little more forward. And when I see these big moguls, I'm thinking like slam into it, turn, slam my tail, making turns, weight a little forward, allowing me to quickly go from edge to edge, just back foot ruddering through the trees. And that's the biggest thing, is we are just swinging our back leg. That's what's allowing us to quickly turn in the trees. We don't want to get too close to them because of, one, tree wells. That's like not a lot of snow next to the tree. You can fall into it and then get buried by the snow above you, and you can die that way. We don't want to do that. But two, even just sinking into this tree section right here and then falling down, like no one's been here. It's almost bottomless. It's really hard to get out if you're too close to the tree. So once again, following someone else's path is a good plan. As you get more comfortable with tree riding, you can do a lot more cool stuff. Let's just quickly riff a little bit. So I'm gonna be coming down here, looking at other people's paths and turns. And then I kind of sometimes like to do things like this when I find something fresh or new as I'm bombing through the trees. But jumping in the trees and gripping really fast, that comes with time. You're not going to be able to pop around in the trees and absorb everything. You're new to it. Now, I just said a key word, absorb. We want to be kind of in a very stacked, strong position, a little forward, but our knees are our absorption tools, how we're going to absorb all of the bumps while we're in here riding around. So I'm going to come over this way. I'm going to hit this bump, absorb, down, absorb, absorb. Kind of pop yourself up in the air. So my knees are super bent. I'm not standing straight up. It allows me to absorb all of the bumps and chatter you find in the trees. Now I'm getting to the bottom of this tree section. See, I was able to absorb that. Here's a great example. Trees we don't want to go into. They're thick, they're nasty. The fall line, I can tell, takes me into a gully, into a place that I'm going to be walking out of. I do not want to go in those trees. A good sign of trees you shouldn't go into as well is when there's no tracks going into it. If it's a powder and the trees you just rode are blown out and then you run into these trees and no one's gone in there, it's usually a reason why no one's gone in there. Now those are just some of the tips for riding trees. If you guys have other tips for riding trees, you know, comment those down below, share them so other people can get better at riding trees. Consider snagging an Evolution sticker if you guys want to support the dream. I'd show you it on my helmet, but I don't got a helmet. Also, we're here in Steamboat thanks to Brian, who let us stay in his apartment on the Bronze Tree. If you guys want to rent that, ski in, ski out, absolutely gorgeous. Multiple beds, multiple rooms, multiple bathrooms. The bronze tree is one of the best places to stay in Steamboat. Use the link and you can stay here in Steamboat and rip trees like we're going to be doing all day today. And with that, Team Buckhouse, thank you so much for shredding with me. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you tomorrow in another video. Daily on the channel, we do stuff like this.